Hey, and welcome back to Dan's All About Arsenal 1886 with my man Josh for the All About Arsenal podcast. How is everyone doing? If you're in the chat tonight, get your comments in. We're live, so we're here to interact with you all. And we want to talk about the North London derby, which myself and my young Padawan over here, Josh, attended together. I mean, what a game. What a game to attend. And I'm just so happy to have gone. And my phone's playing our own video now. It's weird. But unbelievable game. And I want to hear Josh's take because it's not just about the game. It's about the build-up, Josh. It's going together. It's experiencing 4-1 victory over Tottenham.
Yeah.
Tell me all about it, mate.
Well, it was incredible. Obviously.
I think you've frozen on me, Josh.
Oh, have I? Hello?
Oh, no. If anyone else is here, Josh, you've frozen, mate. Ah, bear with me. Bear with me.
I'm all right, mate.
Take you out and try and put you back in. So, welcome anyone. Anyone in the chat, help me out. Josh is frozen. Josh, I think you're back. There we go.
Am I back? Am I back?
You back?
Back in the room?
Yeah, he's back. Yes.
Good.
Oh, mate, sorry, you're frozen and I just thought you were just really intensely looking at me. But I don't know if it might be an internet connection thing, mate. He's done again. He's gone again. But anyone else? We'll wait for Josh to reconnect. We started so well. I think you're there, mate. You wave?
Yeah, I'm in. Hello.
Okay, he's in. Okay, so you just feel like it keeps getting stuck.
It
So I don't know if your internet might be playing up a little bit.
Yeah. I've got a full signal. No?
Tell you what, mate, come out of it and come back in, and I'll join you back in because it might be a dodgy connection on our end. So, but anyone who is joining, I'll just let Josh sort his connection out, and we're here to talk about obviously the North London derby. Okay, that's really weird. I think it might be a case it's not my end. So my beautiful wife is just telling me he's not frozen. On my screen, it's completely frozen. So, and I can't hear a thing he's saying. But we'll get back in. Anyone else? While we're waiting for Josh to come back, he's joining us now. I'll get him back in, and hopefully that's better, mate. I think it might be on mine, but
I was going to say, I've got full signal.
You're back. It's all good. It's all good, mate. So, right, let's start again. Let's talk about your experience yesterday. We went to the ground. I picked you up. We went to Stratford. We jumped on a train. We got there a little bit later than expected. We went straight into the ground, and we had wicked seats, which I'm absolutely buzzing about.
Yeah.
But tell me about your experience on the day.
Well, as you know, it's been probably a good 20 years since I've been to an Arsenal game. And yeah, it brought back a lot of memories, with my uncle that I used to go with the games to, who's sadly passed away. And yeah, just everything. It was like, one thing I don't remember is that sort of atmosphere. I've never been to a North London derby, bearing in mind, but yeah, just like from the pyrotechnics to the tifo, and I mean the tifo was incredible. Like,
yeah, it's epic, mate, wasn't it?
And just like the place was buzzing. Every fan that was there was just so up for it, and you can really then, I think, for someone that's not been in many years to go in now, and you can really appreciate what's been built there in terms of the sort of interaction with the crowd and getting the crowd to be like the 12th man. And
100%. I mean, we were like, all of us were singing and dancing pretty much all game, I think.
Yeah, I've sort of lost my voice.
We were worried about tonight, going, can we be able to talk about the game? But we were so lucky where we were sat because we were kind of like west corner near the tifo. We had a really good view of it. So we were kind of literally like a FIFA view, playing the game, looking down on the pitch. I was like, I don't think we can ask to have a better seat and view of the game.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable, honestly. I mean, but the tifo for me was up next level. I think the one from PSG last year was a bit of a flop, as we all saw. Some kid held a flag up and it just didn't look right. But this one was epic and relating to all the North London derby moments with all these kind of, Arsenal almost characters. It was unbelievable. But the pyrotechnics, they've never done it. I mean, I don't go into every game by any means, but they don't normally have fireworks. That's, again, they've stepped it up for the North London derby, which was
exactly.
epic.
And it worked because everyone was absolutely pumped for it. We had a Jurgen Klopp lookalike in front of us, who
we did.
He was just non-stop singing. I mean, I don't know many of the chants, and I still don't, but they were brilliant.
Oh yeah, a lot of Tottenham-based ones, a lot of Eberechi Eze ones, obviously. But it was just a crowd unbelievable. And I mean, we were part of that, Josh. You know, we were very privileged to be part of that.
Very privileged, very lucky and very grateful for the opportunity to go. And it was just it was just amazing. And it was, it was nice for us, I think, as old friends that have reconnected recently. But this is actually in the flesh.
I know, it's crazy. Like, I was like, I don't remember if I recognise him, and I see him every Monday now, 8:30. But no, it was genuinely lovely to sort of see it, experience it with you. And like, I've been to people with games who maybe are Arsenal fans, but maybe not as like intense or as big, or watch and consume the amount of kind of Arsenal content that I know I do. And then I think I'm kind of getting Josh definitely into to a similar realm, because it's addictive, and especially when we're having such a good season. And the way it's going, and I think this game had everything about it. And it was like the amount of people who said this is so pivotal to our season that if Arsenal win this game, they're going to win the league. It's all this kind of context was it behind it. And then I felt pretty calm, and I think there's an element of nervousness still. There's always going to have that little bit to it. Do you think,
of course,
what if? And it's North London derby, anything can happen.
Yeah, and anything can happen, and it kind of did, but we was already so in control that even when it did go in, it was just more of like what are you going to done that for?
I spoiled that.
And it had to be him as well, didn't it? I mean, I won't swear too much, but he is a complete, Richarlison.
We all love the hate.
Yeah. But then it's like, obviously, since the game and seeing like a lot of the play, like Gabriel Magalhaes put in that post.
Oh, I saw that.
And like everyone else as well, like like Saliba, his like main photo on his Instagram was when like Richarlison's basically in his pocket. It's just it's just quality, and I just there's just a vibe about the club at the moment, and obviously feeling that up close and sort of seeing it. It was just incredible, and I just think we dominated the whole game. I mean, you could argue it was a bit of a slow start, and I've seen sort of like a few people talk about it, not like Arsenal fans necessarily, but like pundits and stuff, sort of saying it was a bit of a slow start to the game, but we were just in control. I mean, we had like
100%.
We had like 70% possession in the first half, and
which is bonkers, isn't it? Absolutely mental.
Yeah, I mean, they very rarely got out of their half.
It was just weird, wasn't it? I just sat back.
It was quite weird in that they just didn't seem like they were up for it.
I don't know what
they didn't seem like they were up for it. I think the way they were sort of set up was just so sort of negative, and I mean, we were sort of cheering when they'd give it to the keeper all the time, and because it was just like, what's he going to do?
I mean, the keeper. Let's be honest. One thing I haven't really had mentioned so far, there was so much time wasting. Like every time the keeper got the ball, it was like holding on to it for so long.
From the start.
Literally, like, what are you doing? It's just to frustrate us, wasn't it? And even every throw on, you're like holding on to it, and the ref. Obviously,
and I know, we're sort of quite big on the old time wasting, and it's quite well documented that we tend to have the most time. But when it's 0-0 and at the beginning of the game, I've never seen us do that before.
No, it's just bizarre, wasn't it? It was like, let's wind up Arsenal.
Yeah, and their fans were just like so quiet, and but maybe that was more detriment to the way our fans were, and how vocal we were, and how loud we were. Yeah, I mean, like I say,
if ever you wanted a home advantage, that was it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, it was about. I mean, I was just checking. Obviously, goals wise, obviously, Trossard was the first goal. It was with a neat little flick over from Marino,
beautiful.
Which it was a great ball, and I think so impressed with actually Mourinho. I thought he had a really good game actually. I mean, you didn't
Yeah,
see him as much. He was doing so much off the ball. He worked really hard, like I think everyone. But that
yeah,
little dink and little flick, and I think we kind of clocked on quite quick that it felt like him, Eze, this is, and Mourinho were kind of almost switching kind of places, like from 10 to false 9 almost.
yeah,
And
yeah,
and it was kind of impressive, but that kind of went on and on as the game went on.
yeah.
But what's your thoughts on obviously the Trossard goal, Josh?
Well, I mean, Trossard's been immense, hasn't he, this season?
Unreal.
I think, since signing his bumper deal, not a new
Yeah.
contract, still the same length, but it's he's got more money. He's kind of gone, yeah, all right, thanks.
We'll keep
I'll
going.
pay that back. I'll pay that back
Yeah.
in kind. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so he's been really good.
Yeah.
And again, sort of when you're there seeing it live, you sort of really appreciate actually what he does.
Hmm.
Like even off the ball, he's working tirelessly. He's pumped for the game. He's
Always.
so good in them tight little spots as well, like with his control, and
I mean,
he
both
can
footed, isn't
turn
he?
play.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I kind of kept on joking that he was going to do another like what he did with Porro and sort of break his leg,
Yeah.
like turning
That
just
was
then.
unreal,
So,
wasn't it?
yeah.
But I
Um,
mean, I think he was your. I mean, we talked about it on the way home. In the car, and you were saying actually Trossard, from your point of view, was probably one of your standout players, along with Eze. Obviously, he was the obvious man in the match, all that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah. But if I had to choose anyone else, it probably would have
Mm,
been Trossard. Just not just for his goal, but just his general kind of work rate, his creativeness, his touch. I mean, like there was a couple of times where the ball would get knocked long, and he was the first man up there. So
yeah, he's
he
quick. He's still
and
quick. He's still got
he
his
he
space.
managed to use his body to
Mm,
to shield the ball, keep the ball, and then we'd either win a throw in or whatever. But we obviously gained a lot of yards, and I just think that's just very clever sort
yeah.
of play. And yeah, I just think he was a good sort of standout player. But I
Mm,
mean, everyone played well. No one had a bad game really.
no,
You
no.
could argue maybe Zubimendi when he lost the ball to obviously
Yeah.
set up their goal, and Raya.
Mm.
He likes a little bit of a wander, doesn't he?
I mean, he likes to
I
play
mean,
quite out there, doesn't he?
he had literally nothing else to do all game. So,
Mm,
um, but at the same time, we won. It's
yeah.
4-1. Absolutely
Yeah.
demolished them.
I
Um,
know. Oh no. All
their
good
goal
from
was
that
just a
side.
bit of a fluke sort of thing, really. But yeah,
It's one of those things, and I think I was unfortunate for Zubimendi, and I think there was one element that I know in the first maybe 20 minutes or so we were getting a bit frustrated because we were dominant all over it, but I think I kept sort of saying to you, was like, I just need to move the ball a bit quicker because
yeah,
they kept they were on top of us, but we were so far forward, and normally we kind of drop back and play at the back a bit to bring them out. And we were
yeah,
just going, actually, sorry, we're going forward. We're going to push, and keep momentum. The there's it horseshoe going around the kind of
yeah,
sides. But
yeah,
we definitely, got to the bit where we're actually hitting them centrally as well. So I think that's when Marino and Eze and all that kind of stuff was coming into play, Zubi as well. But from the other side of things, obviously Saka and Timber,
mm,
I don't think they've been talked about enough, but I think they were working really hard combinations down that right hand side,
yeah,
which then got a lot of supply into the middle as well.
yeah,
Although they didn't get the goals or anything like that, but unsung heroes like the whole team, to be fair. But we had obviously Declan Rice, which was he can get criticised, which I find mental because I can't criticise Rice at all. But
no,
obviously he played a forward ball for the second goal, so he can play the ball forward as well into Eze, and obviously Eze's finishing was, I mean, whole game he could have had 4, 5. I think I counted with
yeah,
all those sort of
yeah,
chances.
yeah, yeah,
Sublime, absolutely
yeah,
beautiful goals.
yeah. I mean, there was one that was quite a good save from their keeper,
Mhm,
which any other time that's the back of the net because he connected with it really well.
for sure.
Um, but yeah, there was plenty of other chances that we had to score. I mean, even sort of in the first, what was it? I think it was about 6 minutes when Eze dinked that little ball over
Hmm.
for Rice, and it then got saved by the keeper, rebounded off theirs, and went out for a
Oh, lucky,
corner.
wasn't it? That was really early on.
Well, it was unlucky in that, that would have been a beautiful goal as well. I just sort of, I don't know. Obviously, we're biased, but I just think this is our season, isn't it? This is our season.
It's got to be.
We've got to push on from this, and I think, like you were saying at the beginning there, how a lot of people judged this game as sort of like the catalyst for us to push on and just go for the, and it's almost like it's a must-win game in terms of going for the title, which yes, it is, but I just think it's that momentum, isn't it? And I think even
every game's going to be
used that sort of word in terms of momentum, carrying this on, going into the midweek game against Bayern Munich, which is massive.
Going to be good. Going to be
good. I mean, I know you said it to me, like it wouldn't necessarily matter if we did lose, in terms of we'll still probably finish in the top 8 of the Champions League and obviously get automatic into the next round. But again, I want to see that statement of intent of like, no, we are the top dons. We need to verify the fact that we're sort of favourites for all competitions.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Well, imagine coming out this, after Wednesday night, and you're going, we're top of the league, 6 points clear. We're going to have a 3-point lead on Bayern Munich, who are currently first on goal difference. I think that's it. And it would be top of Europe, top of England, essentially. I mean, that's a pretty good place to be in as well, which is very, very exciting. But obviously, I know it was an unfortunate one. Obviously, if you're live at the game, I'd love to see if anyone was at the game. So if you went, drop us a comment if you're in a live chat, but also comment if you were watching this after. Did you go along? What did you think of the game? Just let us know, a few words of what your thoughts were, who your favourite player was. But it was quite funny. I know both me and Josh had gone out, as you do, half-time, grab a pint, a bit of a queue. I mean, the crowd were going mental. So if you've seen on Instagram, TikTok, that are some of the songs that were being sung during half-time, literally. And by the time we had a beer, we were in the toilets, and then we heard cheering. Well, literally 30 seconds we'd missed of the second half, Eze had gone and scored another goal. And I was like, oh, bloody literally, I've never seen everyone zip up and go quick to run out there. It was unbelievable. And I was just like, Jesus God, I mean, what a game. We're on for more. Yeah. And so there was always, expectations that we could see another goal. We could see another one at least. And because I missed, obviously, the goal. I've seen some highlights, but obviously Timber set Eze up on his second one. Which was, literally, I've got it down at the 46th minute, but I think it was about 35 seconds or something stupid, which is the intent. You can imagine the manager chat in the Tottenham dressing room was like, right, we're going to go out, we're going to do this, and then you go and just do that to them. It's like, perfect. What else can you say? But and then I think the goal for them, which is obviously the accident, it come around 55 minutes. So I think it was Palhinha who obviously took Zubimendi. And in fairness, he closed him down quick. We weren't quick enough for getting it out. Obviously, like you said, Raya was, off his line, which he normally is. And normally we're not expecting to lose the ball at that point. But obviously, it's just like maybe we've got to be a bit more conscious of if we're going to critique anything, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, because the thing is, against a better team, you're 3-0 up and you let a goal in like that could get them back in the game. Essentially, and it was only really because we was head and shoulders above them that it didn't really matter. But like I say, against a better team, it gives them that little bit of hope, that little bit of confidence to sort of. I think with along with the run that we had of not conceding and being so solid defensively. You just sort of want to carry that on as well, minus the blip that we had, as it were. So again, I think big games coming up. Bayern Munich, if we was to not concede from them, that's massive. Even if it was a 0-0 draw, you'd go, actually, that's pretty good, because I mean they're the sort of team. All right, I mean the Bundesliga, they score goals for fun, but it's such a poor
Bundesliga.
level. It's such a poor level. But but they do score quite a lot of goals, hence why they are top on goal difference. Because we've not conceded, so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
just goes to
exactly.
show.
They just score more.
Yeah.
So, let's go, Josh. I mean, we've had a question here from Alex, and he said, "What goal got the biggest reaction for you? What do you remember? Thinking back, what? I'm trying to think now because they're all all pretty big. To be fair, anyone that stood out for you?
Well, obviously we kind of missed the third, so even though the
Doesn't
reaction was
count.
big, it sort of doesn't count. I think Eze's first. To be fair, I think. Well,
I think what it
yeah,
meant, though, wasn't it?
it was. Yeah, exactly. It was what it meant. Everyone kind of was thinking it. Everyone was before the game going, "Oh, we'd love it if Eze scored."
Oh God, yeah.
Against Spurs, and the fact that he scored against Palace, it's kind of it's written in the stars almost, isn't it? That he was going to score, and then when he did, everyone just went a bit mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that I think that was probably the one that I sort of noticed that everyone just went sort of a little bit. I think I even grabbed the bloke next to me.
Yeah.
Never met before.
Yeah, I've never met you. Give me a cuddle. Yeah, it did go off, to be
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Just
He
the so much
he
context.
wished me well at the end of the game, so it must have been all right.
Did you get a number? But no, it was. I mean, in fairness, where we were, like the block itself was super friendly. Everyone was like on it. Like I say, Jurgen Klopp in front of us, he was just going mental the whole game. He was like Tigger the Tiger. Literally, he was like, "Way swinging his tyrant." What do you call it? Scarf.
Yeah.
Unreal. Now we've had a someone slip into the chat who's obviously a Chelsea fan, Josh.
Good.
Yeah, let's CFC's coming for you. We'll find out this weekend, won't we? If we go 9 points or stick with 6. Either way, we're 6 points ahead, whatever happens. So we'll see what happens. So it's always good to be in a place like that, isn't it? So I've got no issues with Chelsea. I'm actually looking forward to that game even more so now.
I think it's going to be a good game. They're a good side. They're pretty well managed. They've got good young players. I think I've mentioned it before in other podcasts that we've done that they're just not brilliant at the back, so you can always see them conceding goals. So for us, that's a positive because we don't concede many goals, and we will probably score. So yeah, good luck to you, but we're going to win.
Well, when you think about it, all the set piece FC and everything else that everyone's been banging about. So I don't know if anyone watched Sunday, but we scored 4 open play goals just to make you aware, which is not what people are expecting us to do. So we can do it, and we have been doing it. It's just it's nice to kind of go, actually, look, there you go.
That's without a recognised striker on the pitch.
Exactly. We're playing a centre midfielder up front, and we scored 4, but we'll see. We've got again the Chelsea fans all in here. So Estavaro, baby, is all I can say. And he said, I think the midfield battle will be a very interesting one indeed. And no matter how you win the Prem, as long as you get it done, that's all that counts. Look, let's be honest. I'd much rather us win it than anyone else. Obviously, the people have won it. It's boring. We don't want City to come back and win it. That's just dull. And Liverpool are 11th, everyone. 11th. I can't even see them in the top half of the table. It is bonkers. Crazy. I mean, I haven't actually got over it because the whole weekend itself was epic. We had such a good setup on Saturday. 3-0, Nottingham Forest, Sean Dyche. What the hell? I mean, I can't say any more than that, really. Like, Liverpool dropped off the face of the earth, I think. It is just crazy.
It's peculiar, isn't it, really? Like, no one would have seen it coming. Like, obviously, they've got their excuses and, but to see them lose that many games and in the way that they've lost them as well, it's sort of a little bit unbelievable, really. But it's great for us, and I still see obviously City being a massive threat. Chelsea, they could be up there or thereabouts. I just think they'll probably be a little bit too inconsistent. They will drop more points. I think they. I mean, all fans are a little bit delusional, aren't they? Like, for their own team, but I think they do they do rave on about like Caicedo being the best
Oh, better than
midfielder.
Rice as well.
Yeah, and I'm
No,
just like,
just
really?
stop it.
I
No,
mean, obviously, I
sorry.
don't study him like they probably do, but I just don't see it. They're
Mm,
different anyway. I mean, Rice for me is box to box,
yeah.
um, like incredible work rate.
He's been unbelievable this season. Again,
Yeah,
we don't probably talk about him enough, or we pretty do, but we don't as well. I think, I mean, he was one of the, but maybe you didn't talk about him Sunday because he was just there. He's just doing his job. Where
yeah,
everyone else, like
yeah,
Eddie Eze's, have taken kind of like headlines and stuff like that, but he's still there, absolutely, bossing it
yeah,
and
yeah,
unsung heroes.
yeah,
I've got another message here, Josh. I'll read out for you because I know it's small on
yeah,
your screen. But
yeah,
Maddie Merch said the Timinator is always a delight to watch. I love the aggression from all the players. We
yeah,
can't be bullied. Trossard's ballet twist to score our first goal was unbelievable.
yeah,
Again, it was. I mean, it was a great turn, wasn't it? I mean, a great ball. He turned, and I think it actually come off a little bit of a Tottenham defender, as well as him kicking it bottom left hand
yeah,
corner.
yeah.
But we love that. So
Yeah.
um,
Doesn't matter. It goes in. It's a goal.
goals a goal, goals a goal, and it
That's a
started
goal.
the knock on effect, the chain reaction off of all the goals. I've
Yeah,
also got roast beef 553. That was a wicked weekend of football, especially from an Arsenal perspective. It was probably up there as one of the best weekends. North London derby as well, just so much
yeah.
behind it. It was unbelievable. So really, really loved that at all. And also Chelsea fans back in, ex pro gamer. So would you put the boys in blue as your contenders for the title? On a reel, we have been written off, but I think we are the dark horses this season. I mean, let's be fair.
I'd say they're dark horses. Yeah, in terms
Mm,
of I don't. Yeah, they've kind of been written off in terms of when you listen to the pundits and the media, they're not necessarily the ones challenging for the title, but they'll be there or thereabouts.
yeah,
They'll definitely make top four. Put it that way. Um,
they should do.
and well, yeah, they should do. Could it? Like I've spoken about it before in terms of I'd really like to see Arsenal not only win it this season, but then be dominant for the next decade,
Yeah.
in terms of, winning it season after season. Um, but I do probably see, especially with Chelsea being such a young side,
Hmm.
they probably will overtake Man City in terms of
Yeah.
um, being a rival for us.
You could do. Hmm.
Being a London club as well, there's that kind of London
That concept.
derby
Yeah.
sort of.
Ooh.
So yeah, I
Mm,
can see them. I can see them not necessarily this season, but maybe next season or the season after that being real sort of
yeah.
contenders with us. But like I say, I'm fully behind this Arsenal squad
Mhm.
and Mikel
For sure.
Arteta as well. I just think we've got to just get it over the line. And like Rice said,
Yeah.
I don't know when the interview was, but it's
I
been
saw that.
shown a lot this week about
Hmm.
judge him when he's won everything, because he will.
Yeah.
And yeah, I fully believe he will, with us.
100%.
Yeah, and he will go down as one of the great Arsenal managers, I think.
Yeah. Let's be honest, you win something, it shuts up all the noise, I think, Mikel Arteta,
Yeah,
because if you're an Arsenal fan and you're a true fan, I think everyone's been behind Mikel Arteta from like day one. Yeah, we've been, slightly frustrated. We've come second, but every time at the end of the season, they're always like, "Well, we can do better. We can do better." And they've gone in this season in the transfer window, and I think they've literally, addressed every issue, and it's been an unbelievable. I think, we're still going through transition. Bearing in mind with how many players we've got, how many injuries we've
yeah,
got. We've got so many players returning, and it was nice touching returns to see Noddy Mediwaki come back. Martinelli was on the
yes,
bench.
yeah, yeah,
We had Miles Lewis Skelly come on for a few minutes, as well as Wanyeri. And I think because they're the North London boys,
yeah,
they've come
exactly.
through.
Yeah,
They got a
yeah.
few minutes. I know it's a few minutes towards the end, but Noddy looked good. He looked still,
Yeah,
sharp.
no, he
Obviously,
looked
needs to
good,
get.
and he looked quite fired up for it. I mean, I can understand
Yeah,
he was a Spurs
yeah.
like trainee or whatever, wasn't he?
Like
He was there
academy
as a
product
kid.
was he?
Yeah, he was an academy product of Spurs, so it was quite nice to see that he was up for it and kind of behind the like the crowd as well, like trying to sort of G him up and stuff like
Mm,
that. So that's always good to see, I think.
yeah,
And again, it proves that we're a team, we're a squad, you know we can single out players, obviously, and sort of say how well they've done.
Mhm.
Just touching on what the gentleman said earlier about Timber, like for me, he's the best right back in in the world at the moment.
Yeah.
I just think he's unreal. Like his close control, the way he can turn a player, and that's going forward. And then defensively, he's so aggressive, and
Mm.
but like very
Mm.
rarely gives a foul away though as well. I must
No,
say.
exactly.
Um,
I think that's just
and
been us this season. We've been so much more, I think, careful on that. Last
yeah,
season we had stupid red cards and for nothing. And I think as a team, we're hardly getting anything. I know we get the odd yellow card, but very rare when you look at it. And I think
yeah,
that's definitely been something that's been spoken about. Discipline. Don't let the referee dictate the game. You control
yeah,
what you
yeah,
can control. I think that's been a huge part. And obviously, it was interesting because actually, the referee yesterday, obviously, there was a huge part of him. Last time he refereed the game was when he sent off Miles Lewis Skelly, which got overturned, and
yeah,
he hasn't won one since. But to put him in on the North London derby was also like
yeah,
mental. But
yeah.
in fairness,
But
it wasn't
actually, he didn't have a
that bad.
bad game. He
It
was pretty
wasn't.
good, wasn't
I
he?
think he was under strict control, and like,
Yeah,
if you want another
yeah,
one like this, you've got to, rein it in a
yeah.
little bit. And he was okay. Like, there's like anything, they're not going to get everything right.
No,
A few things go one way than the other, but it was fairly even, I thought.
yeah,
So we don't have to talk too much about him, but I just thought it's always worth mentioning.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
I did want to, we'll check out the facts also on them because obviously the hat trick as well from
Yeah,
Trossard. Obviously, the facts were that I think it's his first professional hat trick, which was like, that is sick that
yeah,
he's come into Arsenal and done it. I think that's great. Obviously, it's quite rare, and I think the last time someone scored a hat trick in the North London derby was 1978, Alan
yeah.
Sunderland. Which, Josh, we were standing having a Guinness before all those
Yes, yeah.
pictures. I
I
think he was on
saw
there.
yeah,
Yeah, I
he
should.
was. Yeah,
You might take a picture of that. Well, I might have to get that from you. But yeah, so that I think that's just mental. So again, records are being kind of changed, and it's modern. It's now in the 2025, and Eberechi has done it. He's now got that record, which is in the Premier League era as well, which also
yeah,
is a big thing. And I think all these things just mean something. I think I love all these little records and
yeah,
updates and stuff like that. So, but just so happy for him. And he was on the second goal, the celebration we missed, Josh. I've seen the pictures. He was laughing. He was like,
yeah,
it
yeah,
was just unreal. And a lot of it, obviously, he's very religious and, loves God, all
yeah,
that kind of stuff. And he thanks him. And I think he prayed for the hat trick before the game.
yeah,
And can he do it every game? Like, sure,
yeah,
sure,
yeah,
sure, he'll be
yeah.
fine.
Well, I saw a interview. I can't remember what station it was with, but Freddie Lundberg was one of the pundits, and he was talking after interviewing Eze, just saying how humble he is and how sort of
Mm,
great it is to see
love that.
like a professional footballer being that way. Because he said most people
Mm,
that have just done that are kind of a little bit arrogant or don't really give too much away. But he's just really humble, like really grateful for the opportunity basically that he's been given in
yeah.
life. To be a professional footballer, to make it to a club that he supports and loves.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, the
Um,
story, I mean, literally, there'll be a film about it. Do you know what I mean? It's that
mm,
sort of
yeah.
scenario.
Was it
Um,
Idris Elba's going to play him, wasn't it? That was the that was the
yeah, yeah.
concept.
Well, again, he interviewed him in the week, didn't he, for Sky?
It was all about him this
Um,
week. Yeah,
yeah,
they hyped it up. They knew what was going to happen. And
yeah,
what was Thomas Frank, wasn't it, in the
yeah.
interview before? I think the pre-match was
Who's that?
who's that? I don't know, mate. You know now, you
You
idiot.
know now.
And I like
Yeah,
Thomas Frank, but that was quite
yeah,
disrespectful. But I know there's context again of
yeah.
him going to
Yeah.
Tottenham. But
I think he almost feels like probably from his comments when he first joined Spurs that he sort of almost made comments about Arsenal being like really good, didn't he? So
yeah,
he's probably trying to get some brownie points back because
from the fans. So
yeah,
don't say that.
exactly.
You can't do
Yeah,
that. What you want?
you can't say that even if they are. You can't say it.
Oh, I love it. A couple of other comments here, just that touch on. So, Ex-Pro Gamer, this is the Chelsea fan again. Opinion on Havertz since he's joined Arsenal. He's interested to know his level of performance for us. I mean, in
Yeah,
fairness, I think he's so much happier here. Let's be honest. He wasn't having fun at Chelsea at the time. It was an awful time for any Chelsea fan. You've been through the ringer in a bit that you've bought and spent so much money on players that just did not gel. And let's be honest, finally you've got there, but you had so many players. You spent billions. I lost track how much you spent. But I'm so happy to have Havertz. like anything, I think everyone backed him as soon as he started scoring. Everyone loved him. The Havertz song was always great to sort of see when you're in the stadium and he scores. It was unbelievable, and I think he's going to come back as a real good option for us because he's the more complete striker in the sense of he can drop off, he can connect play as well, a bit like Marino's kind of doing now, but as an actual false nine with
Yeah,
Gyökeres. I really want to see that partnership at one point just to experiment with it because I think he can play some unbelievable balls through to Gyökeres, and I want him to score. And he's still like a top scorer. And he's been out how many weeks? So, but I think Havertz is good for us. I don't know how you feel, Joe. How did you
yeah.
feel about it when you first come?
I was a bit indifferent,
Mm.
only because I've got a couple of old friends that are Chelsea fans, and they absolutely slated him, and I was sort of a bit like, yeah, I don't really know.
You bought
But
into the
I
negative.
think, well, no, but I just feel like the player that he was supposed to be when he was at Leverkusen, obviously he was
Mm.
very young. I think people forget that he's still only what,
Still young.
28 or something like that now, maybe.
No, he's younger than you think, Josh. I think he's even younger than
Is he
that.
younger than that? Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to look it up because honestly, when you play him right, I think Saka's older than him. And I
Oh,
think that's an
really?
actual fact. Yeah, and you don't think it. You think he's older because he looks older in the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, looks old.
Um,
And he's obviously been around quite a while, but he was so young. He was like, one of these like prodigies, wasn't he?
mm,
But I'd like to, because when he first sort of came about, I know people like to compare, don't they, to sort of, big players and whatnot, and they sort of go, oh, he's the next. And a lot of people were saying he was the next like Cristiano Ronaldo in terms of his like
yeah.
skill set, his finishing, being able to take players on. And I just feel like probably when he joined Chelsea, that knocked the wind out of him, and
Mm,
he wasn't that player.
yeah.
And I feel like his playing style has changed quite a lot. But
Hmm.
I'd like to see him come back and just be really strong. I mean, he looks like a bit of a beast. He's definitely been in the gym when he's been
Mm.
rebuilding himself, as
He
it
looks
were.
like Henri and Ozil we were talking about the weekend, and they're bulked up.
Yeah,
He looks like them, and
yeah,
that's still that goal he scored when he first come back after bulking up, and I was just like, oh my god, he's a beast, and
yeah,
we will see more of that. But I mean, I'd love this. I can't wait to see Havertz back. I can't wait to see all the injured back, and because there was talk about Odegaard coming back on Sunday, but I was like,
yeah.
oh, he's
And
never
he
going to
wasn't
start.
even. Yeah,
No, not even on the bench. And I
yeah,
thought Martinelli might get some minutes, but he didn't actually come on in. But I think Trossard played so well as well. And I thought, actually, Noni, let's get him on instead. But I didn't know if
yeah,
he was going to switch around Masaka. My only criticism, I suppose, I was a bit like, when they scored the third or the fourth, I was like, probably time to get some players on. But there was an element when they scored that goal, there was a little, this quiet, starting quite a little bit. There was a bit like, oh, that's a
mm,
disappointment and a little bit of apprehension almost in the air. And it
yeah,
changed very quickly because we scored. I think it was about 20 minutes later to score the fourth to see it off. And obviously, there was no way they're coming back because they weren't giving anything.
yeah,
But there
yeah.
was
Well,
that
we
little
we
element.
nearly scored literally within a minute after them getting
Yeah,
their goal. We nearly
that
scored
would have been great.
again. I think that was Eze, wasn't it? That was the
Yeah.
one, the save. Yeah, we were just completely dominant in the game.
Yeah.
Really, it's almost for as many highlight reels and stuff you could go through. There's
Hmm.
almost not a lot you can say apart from the fact that we were 100 times better than them.
Oh,
Um,
it's chalk and cheese,
yeah,
literally.
yeah,
Just trying
yeah,
to see the stats, mate. So because I haven't actually seen these properly. So 8 shots on target to their 2. They had 1 shot off target. So shots on target, they had 2, 1 off target. So we had 8 shots on target, 17 off target, 2 block shots because we had like 17 shots. I think that adds up to.
yeah,
But yeah, with loads possession overall, which actually 57% was ours, 43 for them. Which
yeah,
actually I thought would be slightly higher given that first half performance.
yeah,
4
yeah,
corners to their 1. What else we've got? 11 fouls to their 15. It's not too much. I mean, they had 3 yellow cards to our 1. They had 0 crosses, which is mental. Cross a ball, Jesus. To our 4. Keeper saved 4. Yeah, and that's it. We had 1 save that we had to make. So Reyes earning his money. He must be the, if we're doing kind of saves per for what he's getting paid, he must be
mm,
absolutely rinsing it and laughing at the moment. So,
yeah,
but,
yeah,
he was not busy at all. Had to pull the deck chair out and relax for most of the game, apart from that one save. Then, but
yeah.
Oh, but the game, yeah. I mean, I couldn't be happier. Atmosphere was unreal. Even staying after and just partying. They blitzed the music. The players were on the pitch clapping everyone for a long, long time. I actually
Yeah,
took a picture of the Tottenham corner. There's like no one there. There's like a few
yeah,
people hanging about who've gone, "Oh, I paid this money. I'm gonna stay till the end."
yeah,
And most people had gone home, which I don't blame them after that performance. So, but it was amazing, amazing. One other comment in here. Let's have a quick look on here. So I'll read this out, Josh. There is something to be said. And this is from Maddie Merge again. There is something to be said about the overall well-being of players. Do they want to be at the club to begin with? Kai is happy to be with us, and we saw it with the improvement of his performance, which is fair. And I think there's a lot
yeah,
to be said about how unhappy he was leaving Chelsea,
yeah,
and it took time, one to bed into a new team, and also probably got PTSD for playing for a club that was, didn't know what they were doing at the time in the sense of so many different players, and they didn't know how to play, and they didn't have a proper 11. So, but Kai, I think he's really come in. But Arsenal, in my eyes, because the club I love and support, is a massive family, and you can see the culture
yeah,
Arteta's created going in there, and everyone is fighting for everyone, which
yeah,
is amazing to watch. And you can see that on the
yeah,
pitch. You score a goal, you defend really well. Everyone's high fiving. They're pumped. They're pumped to defend as well as score. And I
yeah,
think that's the thing I just love about the club at the moment. And
yeah,
talking about Eze, because obviously he was everywhere. And there was at one moment, if you watched it, he was sprinting back just to see a ball out, essentially.
yeah,
It just shows what it meant to him. He had a unbelievable game and deserved the match ball, the man of the match. He deserves every plaudit he gets for that game.
yeah.
In my eyes,
Yeah,
unreal.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I agree with the whole sort of family like ethos. I think that
Mm,
goes from not only like the fans. It feels like it's one big sort of family, um,
for sure.
but also to the players and the staff, and it's they're all behind each other, and they all want each other to do well, and there's no kind of like prima donnas in there, and um,
I don't think they'd have it, to be honest with you. I just can't ever see
no.
Arteta going, the Aubameyang thing back in the day. And I
Well,
think since
exactly, and I
then,
think that's what he changed, and that's what he got rid
mm,
of because of that. Because it's like a toxic environment, isn't it?
yeah, oh, for sure.
And again, I might be wrong because I don't study other teams that much or other clubs that much, but you sort of see like the odd player. I mean, funny enough, I was talking to you just before. I've got the Man United game on,
Oh, yeah.
which, funnily
What's the
enough,
score?
they're 1-0 down to Everton, right?
Okay.
But they Everton got a player sent off for
Oh, you
essentially
said.
squaring up to his own teammate, and the ref sent him off. I've
Oh, my
never seen it
God.
in my life, but um, it sort of it took me back to who was it, Lee Bowyer and
Oh, yeah.
Dyer. Um,
What was that team? Was that Leeds or something like
it was Leeds or Newcastle,
that?
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of, yeah, it's just unbelievable. But they're still
Mm.
1-0 up.
Well, they still hold. It'll be interesting because Man United they'd started at fine form. I mean, I've got a couple of Man United fans who kind of follow on other channels and stuff, and they were like,
Yeah,
"Yeah, but we haven't got Sesko," and he was like, "Oh, okay, he hasn't really been doing much anyway." But
he's
like,
got
you've
one
got him
goal, hasn't
Lemo.
he?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you particularly need him, but I don't pay enough attention to what's going on in their club apart from the odd result. But I think, but I know something we need to speak about. I mean, apart from the epic North London derby, the results, I want to come on to the Bayern Munich game. But I just want to quickly talk through the table as it stands, just because it's lovely to talk about, isn't it? If I'm just having a quick look here, so just to look at the sort of top teams here. So obviously we've played all 12. Week 12 is pretty much done after the Man United game. So obviously Arsenal sitting top 29 points. Next is Chelsea. So Chelsea have lost 3 games. We've lost 1. We've drawn 2. We've won 9. So we have equaled the highest scoring teams. We've got 24 goals. Next highest scoring team is Man City with 24, but they've conceded 14. No, sorry, 10. Sorry, we've conceded 6. So we've got a good goal difference of 18. We're 6. So look, 4 clear of Man City on goal difference, but equally we're then 7 points clear of them. If we want to talk about Liverpool as a contender still, they've got 18 points in 11th. It's beautiful. So sorry for the Liverpool fans because I do have, a lot of people who do support, great team. They'll find their way. I'm sure they'll come back. I'm sure they'll get back up in that top 5 maybe. But I think they've got a lot to to do, a lot to work on before they come back.
Yeah.
I don't know what you think, Josh, but
Yeah, I mean,
if we look
it's quite congested in that sort of middle.
close, isn't it?
Yeah, the points wise, if Liverpool were to go on a run of winning some games, they'll be right back up there again. I mean, you look at Villa. I mean, they're fourth now, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, 21
And
points.
they couldn't score a goal and they lost the first like 4 or 5 games, didn't they, or something?
I mean, they've lost 3 in total, so it must have been just a run of maybe a bad run of
Right,
3,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah. Yeah, I know they literally couldn't score a goal. I don't think they scored in the first
Literally.
5. Maybe that was it.
It was bizarre, wasn't it? Really bizarre.
Yeah, yeah. But now they're sitting fourth and looking like they're all right. So it can change quite quickly. I just think we just need to be fully focused and sort of almost tunnel vision of just keep winning games.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we win all of our games, we win the league. That's all you got to worry about. You haven't got to, you haven't got to think, oh yeah, well, what if? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You just got to be fully focused on let's win all the games, and then we win the league.
Yeah. Oh, we can do this. We can do this.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I'm just having a look at the Bayern Munich stats as well for the head-to-heads. Obviously, it's not pretty reading, maybe. Obviously, last season, it was 2-2 at home, and then they beat us 1-0 at their ground. So we're going in there, but that was a quarter final. This is a less, there's less to worry about. And realistically, I think that's why I think Sunday was the bigger game. And I think we can go into Bayern Munich now. I think, like I said to Josh earlier before we come online, was that we have won this game. We're going in with some really good form. We've got nothing really to worry about because I think regardless of whatever happens, I think the only other club we've got to not worry about but is Inter because they beat us last season 1-0. Again, different team we are. And I think if we can just show what we're made of in Europe against the big team, I think we're arrived. We're here. We're serious about every competition. These are 2 Premier League, Champions League. Always been the ones that we've wanted. And I think we've got a lot to show. But both teams are very well set up defensively. They're going to be obviously at our home, isn't it? So obviously I'm going. Some I'm forgetting this. Like, are we going? I'm not traveling to Germany, but so we've got the home advantage, and we've got to make the most of that. And I think if the crowd is anything like Sunday, Bayern Munich, I think would be looking at it going, we've got to be careful here. So do they come defensively or to play on the counter? Do they just go for it? And because they're both
they're obviously managed by Vincent Kompany, who knows the Premier League. He knows what our football's like. I mean, Mikel Arteta did coach him at one point.
True.
So there's I just feel like again we need to make this sort of statement of like we are the ones to beat. So don't try too hard.
Yeah. Don't try to let us win.
Let's win, please. But no. In all seriousness, I just think we need to be dominant again. And again, we've spoken about it before, even before the Spurs game. We just need to play that a little bit quicker. I feel like
tempo's got to step up.
Yeah, the tempo's a little bit slow at times, and you got to be patient. I understand that, and wait for your moment. But if you're playing at such a pace that people literally cannot keep up with you, you're gonna create more chances, aren't you? So it's sort of the law of averages. Just play quicker.
Yeah, and I think Bayern Munich come to play? Are they going to come back and be a bit more defensive? Do you think they'll actually open up some spaces?
No, I think they'll come and play. They'll try and probably have a bit more possession than us.
Yeah, interesting.
But I feel like at the end of the game, it will probably be 50-50 in terms of possession.
Yeah.
But again, I just feel like, as opposed to when we played them before, like a couple of seasons ago in the quarterfinals, and now we're such a different animal. Like we're still solid defensively, which is what people have obviously spoken about a lot, and in Europe. But I just feel like we're so much more adaptable as well. Like going forward, we've got the set pieces, but it's there's different ways that we can play, and we've got so many players, even our fullbacks. I mean, Timber going forward. I mean, Calafiori, like one of his stats is like insane in terms of like chances created or whatever it is. He's like in the top 3 in the Premier League or something like that.
That's bonkers.
Yeah, it
Wow.
is. Like he's had like the most shots on goal or something. Something crazy.
Wow.
And he's our left back, but
I mean, so the person we didn't speak about maybe because this was such a big story when going in, and Gabriel obviously was injured, and then you had Nkapia come in, and in fairness to him on Sunday, it just you didn't really notice a difference. I think he won a lot of aerial duels. He was, he's got that way about him, and I just felt comfortable. He didn't have maybe loads to do, in fairness, because Tottenham were awful. Really weren't going forward. If not, they stood offside pretty much. It was like it's weird, but he was great. I thought actually, and I think
what he did do and what he had to do, he was very tidy. His passing was good. I think he won every duel that he had, which wasn't many, but he looked solid. And like you say, almost the only difference I'd probably say that you'd notice was like for corners or whatever, where you'd obviously
Going
have
forward.
big Gabby, you'd expect to be there, be the man that's going to head it, or but that's probably the only difference really.
Okay. So then on Wednesday, stays the same? Are we keeping the same format? Are we keeping the same 11? Are we making any changes?
I think he probably will keep the same 11. I think he might, depending on obviously how it goes, might make his changes a bit earlier. Like again, we've spoken about, he seems to have, Arteta seems to have started to make his changes a little bit earlier than what he was. So around that
Sunday,
sort of
I thought he could have
65.
made it a bit earlier.
Yeah, he could have done. But I think at the same time, he probably looked at the bench and thought, in terms of proper, match fit players, you've only got probably Nwaneri and Lewis Skelly, and he probably felt like it wasn't necessarily needed. And plus, you also then got to think of midweek and sort of go, right, well, if we do come unstuck, we might need them for more minutes. So
True.
Maybe
saving those legs like Martinelli. You could see him maybe coming out of an appearance, and
I've spoken about it before. Lewis Skelly, I feel like maybe his game is a little bit more suited to the European sort of football. So he might decide to switch that up with Calafiori, because he's played a lot of minutes, and he's had sort of little niggles here and there, and his sort of fitness record isn't great. So he might be thinking, if we can put Lewis Skelly in and give Calafiori a little bit of a break, and he can then play at the weekend against Chelsea.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. That's the fun bit about rotation. It could change like that. And
but I don't see it. I don't see it changing. I think he'll start with the same 11, unless there's obviously again any sort of knocks or injuries where he might think, oh, actually, I'm better off resting. But I see it being the same.
That's going to be so interesting. I think can't wait to the team sheet to come out, and I think we'll see. But I'll be interesting. But anyone, obviously, in the chat, if you have any questions for us, obviously. So the main context behind, the podcast is, but both me and Josh, obviously, we're lucky enough to attend the game as well and experience it. I know it was my first North London derby. I think it was Josh. Was it yours, or have you been?
Yeah. No, that's my first North London derby. Yeah,
it's a hell of an experience. But I'd love to know if anyone's got any stories or about the day or anything like that. I mean, when we turned up, obviously it was packed, and I think in the tunnel just to the left where you first come in, where all the pictures and stuff are, the players which are on that sort of murals on the wall, they had kind of red smoke going. There's like a party going in the tunnel. And did you see the video, Josh? Is it the guy who content creator? I can never pronounce his name, but you know it. Yeah, so he was literally in the middle of it, jumping up and down. It was just crazy. I was like, Josh, we could have been in that. Where could have been us? So next time I have to join in. Which was been a massive riot in there, but it was just fantastic, and that's kind of the atmosphere I want to bring, and I want everyone to be there Wednesday. So if you're going Wednesday, or if you're not, obviously we'll be there. I have actually got to sort out match day vlogs. We did a little bit of filming, just generally of the crowd and chants, everything going on. So I'll try and put something together and stick that more in socials, really, and maybe there's a little short on here. So, but it's it's got big games ahead. And I think next time, so we're coming up, obviously Monday, 8:30 p.m. is always when we're going to do this podcast, is very much the plan. And if we can't make it for any reason, we'll let you know and we'll pre-record something or we'll do it a different day. But so far, episode 3, good, consistent, and a lot more people in the chat today, which we really appreciate. The following's gone through the roof in the sense of subs. So if you're watching this live or if you're watching it, on catch up, obviously subscribe. It helps the channel. We're growing. We've hit over 400, obviously on the follower side of things, which is great. And I want it to continue. Milestones 500, and then we can start sort of sticking out kind of like there's memberships, there's other bits you can start adding to the channel, which is quite cool, which I'm discovering. And then 1,000 followers is the next kind of milestone. So we kind of want to keep pushing, but this is all about Arsenal, literally, and we just want people to come and have a chat to us and talk to us, ask questions. Like, I appreciate you, Arsenal fan, Chelsea fan in here having a chat, and I appreciate you watching us and coming and have a chat and interacting.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
If you're a football fan,
I like the other football fans sort of chirping in and stuff like that, as long as it's not stupid.
I mean, we had last time the Tottenham guy, Josh. You realise he's not here. He's not made a single comment.
Yeah, he's gone quiet. No, I think it's good because at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all going to support our teams, and I don't, as long as people aren't overly delusional. Then it's kind of it's all healthy banter, isn't it? And
for sure.
I just I've got lots of friends that support all sorts of teams, so it's just I just like seeing obviously Arsenal do well, and I'd just like to see them win the Premier League again.
That's all we want. That's why we're here. This is why we're here talking about it. It's going to be a big year, and I think when we get announced that we're going to lift the trophy, I'm going to North London. We've already said it. It's going to be rammed. Can you imagine the tour bus when we win the
road? That'll be
the treble, the triple, the quadruple. But it's going to be epic, and I think that's all we want as fans. We want that back in, but we believe, and I think a lot of people do. And I think if you believe, you've got to leave a like, leave a comment in the chat. Obviously, the live chat switches off, unfortunately, but you can leave comments after. So we'd always love to hear if you're there, what your thoughts on the season, all that kind of stuff. It's great to interact, and we'll comment back. I like comment, always get involved in that side of things as well. But one thing we haven't done, Josh, and I want to start doing this because a bit of fun for me and you is predictions. I know we did the quiz last week, but predictions. And so we can keep a little score of predictions going forward. So obviously, we've got Bayern Munich and we've got Chelsea before next Monday, isn't it? So I'm going to give you a point system. So if you get the right result, it's going to be 10 points. If you get the right or a correct goal score, you just get to pick 10 points. But if you get the correct score, 20 points. That's what we're going with. And then we'll see who wins the most at the end of the season. Join in if you want to at home, obviously, as well, because this is all part of the fun.
Yeah.
But I'm going to write this down in my little book of scores. First one. So we've got Bayern Munich, Josh. Predictions on score. And if you could pick a goal scorer, preferably in the Arsenal side, that would be great. And let me know.
I'm going to go 2-1 Arsenal.
Okay.
And I think Saka will score.
Saka. Good. Not a bad shout, mate. He's always good in Europe and England, let's be honest. And then you've got the Chelsea game. So we are away, aren't we?
Yeah, we're away. I think it will be 3-0 to Arsenal.
Oh, love that. Yep.
And I'm going to go a little bit left field or right field, should I say, with Urian Timber to score a goal.
Timber? Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, mate, he's been so close, isn't he? Oh, it's good score lines. Right, okay. Let's be realistic. I'm going to be there. I don't want to concede a goal. And my predictions all year round are not going to change. So it's going to be 2-0 to Arsenal, Bayern Munich. Who is going to score? It is really hard, isn't it? Eze's just had an absolute blinder, but I'm going to stick with the old faithful at the moment. I'm going to go Trossard because obviously
good shout. Good shout.
He's solid, and I think last 5 games, I think he scored 3, set up 2 because he assisted the last goal.
He's had a goal or assist in the last 5 games or something like that. Yeah,
mate, he's unreal. He's unbelievable. And in Chelsea, again 2-0 because that's again not going to change this year. So what I'm always going to predict. But obviously, tell you what, I'd love to see Havertz come back and score a goal, but he's not going to be ready. Who else can we pick in there? Do you know what? A random one, because he scored 2 earlier in the league. I think Zubamendi's going to pop up randomly.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to say Rice. Maybe Rice might get a goal against his old foes.
That's so true. Zubimendi. I've said it now. I'm sticking with it. So we got 10 points for the correct win, lose, draw, whatever it is. We've gone Arsenal wins, both of us. If you get the correct goal score is 10 points, but correct score, which is really hard, is going to be 20 points. And then we'll score it, and I'll put a little Excel spreadsheet up, and we'll see how we go.
Is that 40 points up
max?
For play? Max,
40 points up for grabs, mate. Yeah.
Nice.
We'll see how we go. But if you get nothing, then, well, it is what it is. And whoever loses at the end of the season buys dinner. There you go.
Okay. That's all right. That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. A lot of fish and chips, anyway. That's it. But we'll score this. I can't wait to score Monday, because I'll bring this up at the end and go, Josh, you're winning by 40 points. Well done, mate. So technically, it's 40 points per game, isn't it? So you're looking at 80 points going. So, but obviously, get your predictions in. I mean, I've got just a last comment in here from Alex as well. Kane's going to score. No, he's never going to. He's not going to score. I think if anyone's going to score, it potentially would be him. But we don't concede goals apart from if they're ridiculous. And I think we're going to be tight on Wednesday as well. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. But I appreciate. I want some more positive in the comments. We've got Manny Merge. So get your comments in, because we're literally going to be wrapping up. We've been talking over an hour. Apologies, Josh. I'm taking up your whole evening. But so Manny Merge just said, I think we will win on Wednesday, 2-1 to the Arsenal. Josh, matching. Yeah. Nice. I know it's not how it works, but it's to average our women's team as well. Oh, I see. Yeah. No, I get you. On that. Fair play. And I've got a positive back from Alex. We're still going to win, though. Of course we are, Alex. We're going to win 2-0. Kane won't score. His leg's going to get accidentally snapped on the way in, and he won't play. So that's fine. Yeah. But no, we look forward to it. It's going to be a great game, I think. Really looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to speaking about it with you next Monday, Josh. Anything you want to say before we wrap this up?
No, I don't think so. I think we've covered everything. And it was just it was a lovely experience going to the game. It's something that's... hopefully I'll get to go again very soon. Sure. But it's that's going to live with me for a long time. There was a lot of good memories there. I used to go with my uncle as well. Like I say, he sadly passed away. It was quite emotional as well. Like when all the pyrotechnics and stuff were going off, and the teeth really came up, and North London Forever came on. I did actually have a little tear in my eye. I'm not going to lie. But I was just thinking of my uncle really, and just sort of like I just thought it was
so good.
It was nice. So good. Yeah, it was good,
mate. I absolutely love it, Josh. But yeah, thank you, mate. Love you, and thanks for coming Sunday with me. Come you Gunners! But we're going to come on, you Gunners. We can do this. So, but I've got I still got to play us out on the new media. I'm going to find it. I'm going to play it because I bloody love it. And I want everyone's thoughts on this, and then I'm going to escape for me and Josh. But thanks again, everyone, for watching. Tune in next Monday, 8:30. Obviously, keep on watching, sharing. Arsenal fans, get behind us. We're your team as well. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Listen.